Welcome back, everybody. How many times has this happened to you? You're having a fantastic time inside of Rust. You have to sign up for the evening because you have work or school in the morning. You're so excited to get home. You sign into this, the dreaded offline raid. It's the worst. What are you supposed to do to combat against this? Now, granted, yes, raiding is definitely a part of Rust, but the offline raid feels particularly dirty because you have a life, you have work, school. What are you supposed to do to combat against this? Well, I'm here to tell you there's a content update that's going to make offline raiding obsolete. And yes, it will be up to us to bring it into the game. We are talking about Rust Console Edition for the PlayStation 4, the Xbox One, next generations, and everything in between, and I'm Jade Monkey. So you got to be asking yourself, Jade, what is this miracle update you're talking about that's going to make the game, that's going to save the game from offline raids? And realistically, how close is this for us on Rust Console Edition? Because it takes a hot second for these things to come to us on the console. Well, there's actually bits and pieces of it in the game right now, and it's much closer than you think. What is this miracle content update that you speak of that's going to save the game? It's Russ Plus, and it runs on iOS or Android, either one, it doesn't really matter. And yes, if this is connected to your phone at all, to the server, with no electronics, this will let you know when you get wrecked, with what and by whom. And with a little bit of electronics, not even a lot, it'll let you know when your base is getting raided. You can add multiple layers of notification to this. And what's even crazier is, this application doesn't even have to be open. You will get notifications directly to your lock screen. I almost said close screen, but I guess it's the same thing. You can see right there, it says player base under attack. No longer do you have to sit there with your headphones on when you sign out because so many people are dirty and they wait for you to sign out to raid you. So you can go play another game and still be watching your base when you're not there. Super, super important. But it is important that we bring this into the game, but it is up to us to bring it to the game. Yes, and here's why. Double 11 runs a survey every year, and they have limited resources, right? So because of that, it will be up to us to vote for what we want. This is last year's survey, and this is what came into the game last year, and some of these things are already in now. But it'll be important if you don't want offline raids to happen that you vote for Rust Plus, but it's more than that. It's so much more. Rust Plus brings in ways for you to interact with the game world both on and offline. What do I mean by that? Okay, well, we already have one way to interact with the game world. It's cameras, and they're fantastic, right? We've got the standard static camera right now. If we pop in here, here's a good example. You can see that right there. And yeah, you're like, okay, I can see my base from there. That's sweet. But like, what do I do when I'm offline? How do I get this to work for me offline, right? It would be nice to know if someone's creeping around the base. Well, guess what? There's a way to do that in Rust Plus. No joke. This is for real. Yeah, it's crazy. So if you have a camera and your Rust Plus is connected, now granted, it's a very beat down version for sure, but like you don't need to see much. The refresh rate is low. That tic-tac is a player, but honestly, dude, what else do you need, right? Like this view here is this view here, if that makes any sense. So like you see everything you need to see. The frame rate may be low, the graphics are very potato, but like you'll know if a tic-tac or tic-tacs are running around your base, you know to sign in. You know there's some scrubs going on, right? And check this out. I'm sure we'll get this here relatively soon. It also supports the movement camera here. Whoops, I picked the wrong one. This guy right here. So that's actually in the example below. You can actually move this bad boy around in real time and see what's going on. It's crazy. So there's your little analog stick, and that's your zoom in and out. It's nuts. So this will only work when you're off of the server, because it would be a little broken if you could be on the server when this was active, but still crazy, right? And you can even activate other things from here. Not only can you just see into the game world when you're not online, but you can also start to interact with it. Check this out. It's going to blow your mind. So let's say you have this. Another way to interact with the world is a smart alarm. Let me go ahead and bring up my reticle here so you can see that I'm not actually touching anything once we do some of these things, so you know I'm not activating it in the game world. This right here will send a message to your phone, whether you're online or offline. And this can work in a number of ways. Let's say you have a trap base. Let's say, obviously this is not a real trap, but just to kind of simulate what would happen, let's say you've got a base somewhere away from your main base and you want to activate the trap, but you want to know in real time when it happens. Oh, somebody set off the trap. Now this I've captured directly on my phone. I'm actually looking at my phone right now in real time, and this is what I see. It says player activated trap. And then inside of Rust Plus, this is active. Let me go ahead and shut that off so you can see it. So my smart alarm right here is active. When I hit this again, it all goes off. Beautiful, right? You can set this up for a number of different things. Let's say you've got a sensor on the outside of your base. Let's say you've got a big compound, right? A big base, a big compound, and outside of your walls you have TCs. Let's say you've got some sensors, some HBF sensors, and you've got this connected. That could be your first layer. So you know when somebody comes in, they're like, hey, stinky stinkies are outside, walking around. That's your first message. Then you have another sensor for the inside of your compound that says players on the inside of compound. That'll pop up. Then you've got this set up for walls being broken on the main base. You can also have a message for that. So you will know exactly what's happening and what. Pretty crazy. So also check this out. This might look a little familiar because this is in the game now. This is the storage monitor, and it does so much more than just activating when things are put in and out of the storage monitor. Check this out. If you have it synced to the server, you can have the storage monitor give you real-time inventory as to what's inside. This can be attached to boxes, tool cupboards, vending machines, and I don't know if anybody's experimented with this that much, but you can get this to activate or send a signal when things are added or removed to this box, which makes for some very interesting trap bases, I must say. And oddly enough, actually, yeah, you can see the inventory here. And then this inventory showing up here. This is what it looks like on the phone. These are direct screen caps. So, as I said, oddly enough, you can actually do a trap base with this right now, even without the Russ Plus application. We've already got that set up. It's called the Sneaky Trap Base. I'll go ahead and link that bad boy now in the upper right-hand corner. Essentially, this works by having a piece of cheese on the trap. As soon as somebody removes that cheese from the trap is active. Very, very dirty. Awesome, right? Like, already the implications with the camera, the smart alarm, and the monitor is crazy, but it gets even more insane when you add this layer to it, the smart switch. Now, you're like, okay, a switch, what a big deal. But this helps you interact with the game world on and offline, and it's massive. And it also, as a side note, is an authorized switch as well. Essentially, you know how you can just flip switches on and off and it's a huge problem in Rust? Like, you know, you can just turn off somebody's turret. Here, you can only turn these things on and off if you're authorized on the tool cupboard. Huge. But also, you can turn these on and off from your phone. Check it out. Let's say, because you already know what kind of information we can get on our phone. Actually, I've got my phone open now. Let's say you're on the camera. Let's say you're offline, right? We're over here, right? And you can see some Tic Tacs outside the base, and you're like, oh man, I'm not home. I'm at work. What do I do, right? Well, you know that you've got some turret base. So from my phone, I'm doing this in real time, and I've got my reticle up so you can see when I'm activating stuff or not. From my phone, I'm opening the door right now. That's your turret bay, and now I'm turning on the turret. Let's say somebody signs in, they're brand new. You need to shut off the turrets because they need to authorize. You're like, hey, Steve just joined. You're like, oh man, what a teabag. He was supposed to join yesterday. No problem. Turn off the turret from your phone. Let him authorize. He's like, check, we're good. No problem, dude. Put it back on. Boop, you're good to go. Let's say you've got some sensors outside. You know some scrubs are out there. You're at work again. You see some Tic Tacs. Boom, hit the floodlights. Scare them. Right from the phone. You can activate door types. Ladder hatches, regular doors, you name it. You want to activate a trap base? No problem. Boom, guy walks in, get trapped. Give me your loot. Close that door. Cheese in the trap. Bees in the trap. Check this out. This one's pretty insane. Okay, so let's say you have another base. You've got crops, and you've got some notifications there. You need to water that stuff. Watch this. Boom, from back here, turning on the water. Crazy. Turn it off. Don't want to be wasting that water. Water is money. Well, check this out. Furnaces? Oopsie. Furnaces? I tapped the wrong one. Right? Turn on your furnace from back here. Turn that off so you don't burn it up. And let's say you want to turn it off. You're like, I left them on. No problem. Turn those waters back on, baby. Let's see if it catches it. There it goes. Boom. Turns it off. Whoops. I hit the wrong thing. Let me turn off the water. The water's going crazy. So check this out. Let's say you've got another sensor outside. Same situation. Dude, am I lost? Tic Tacs outside. Danger, right? And you want to scare them off. You don't have your turrets set up quite yet. No problem. Make them think you're home. Turn on that furnace, baby. Right? After it's been burning for a while, shut it back off with the water. Not a problem. The possibilities are quite endless with this. And again, I've done all of that from my phone. Literally activated all of those things. Crazy. And it goes one step further. Check this out. Let's weasel on back here one more time. So not only do you have all these extra features, you've got the ability to communicate with your team in real time. You can see them on the map in real time. You can share tabs or not tabs, but I guess links or pinpoints, push pins with everybody, but you can also communicate with them, which is huge, right? You can see this in-game. You can also see this while you're on your phone. It's perfect. If you're streaming, you can also see in real time what the map is, so you don't have to show everybody. You can activate all of these things. These are the examples we just went through. In real time from your phone. So the team activities, the map abilities are crazy. You even have the ability to see what's on the vending machines on the map in real time. How much is left, how much they cost. It's insane, and it's beautiful. So I'm here to tell you that yes, you should get excited for the offline rate protection, yes. But get excited for Russ Plus because it will be up to us to vote for this. So next time you see the 11 survey, that Google document that shows up on Twitter/Discord, make sure you're voting for Russ Plus and then whatever else you want to after that. If you want offline rate protection and all of these extra features that you did just see, because I'm telling you, on PC, it's insane and it's awesome. I can't wait to see what comes in for this year, for 2024. I do have a video that talks about what's next for Rust Console Edition before the big roadmap release. It should already be up on the end screen now, and hopefully we'll see you in the next live stream/video and on our custom server. Love you. Bye.